Hi everyone, it's Wednesday. I cannot believe we're already midweek. This week is just flying by. It was raining pretty thunderously right now, but it's calmed down a bit. So I'm going to quickly get my recording in for the day. So without further ado, let's see what we did today. For maths, we just did some board work. Okay, so there's no worksheet per se, but I will send the screenshot of this. Okay, we focused on doubling again. Something that I need to point out to you, just find a space on the board here. So we really need to impress the children to use this breaking down concept, even when it comes to things like doubling. So if they have a difficult number like 35 and they can't double that, they must break it down into 30 and 5. And they will find it easier to double those numbers. Then they can add it and get an answer. Alright, so breaking down is very important. I also want to stress that they don't have to break a number down in tens and units. So say, for example, they've got 80 and they're struggling to double that number, all right, and there's no tens and units. So break it down however you wish. I usually like to take a 50 because most children can double 50 and tell me it's 100. So if you want to break it down like that, then that is perfectly fine. All right, and you double each part, you add it up, 80 doubled is 160. All right, so this breaking down idea is very important. We extend it to lots of other areas of math. So it does help them work out the answer. All right, so I will send you the screenshot of the doubling. Then for Afrikaans, we did these 3 worksheets. All right. So the first one is just an extension of what we did yesterday with the counting. To write the Afrikaans word, count the objects and write the Afrikaans word. And they can colour in. If it's a handout and a stick-in, I do allow them to colour in Koki. But otherwise, if it's not, then it's just pencil crayon. Otherwise, the Koki just goes through the books. This is just a reminder. We started with the days of the week and months of the year. So this is just a little reminder for them. And then we went on to do this worksheet. There's a few questions to answer, and for each month they were to draw a little picture depicting something special that happens in that particular month. So that's what the children can do for that. All right, English. For English, we worked in Smart Kids and we did story writing. This is one of those exercises that I do wish all the children were here. They are not used to story writing. And if they follow the instructions, they are to write 8 sentences based on what's going on here in this picture. So you can read all the instructions. One of the things I find that children of this age really struggle with is to break their sentences or break their story into different sentences. They really do struggle with that, and they need a lot of help. It says here in the instruction, there's just stickers stuck over it so you can't see, but it says there they are to write it on a piece of paper first, and then once that's been corrected and whatnot, then they can write it into their book neatly. All right, and then there's also stickers which they can stick around if they wish. All right, so it is important that they first work in a rough book. That's why we have the jotter, all right, and we allow them to do rough work in the jotter. So they wrote the story, and then I just help them correct it and break it up correctly into proper sentences. You very often get children, they'll write one long sentence. All right, they don't break it up into different sentences at all, and they need help with that. And they need help with their grammar and their punctuation and their spelling. So I'm going to have to rely on you parents at home to please help out with that and check up on that. All right, so once we've sorted it out in rough, they can go ahead and do it in neat. All right, I'll also send screenshots of another comprehension which they can get going with. And then just to end off, we did the next page of Language for Life on page 24. So it's just a continuation of My Family. So they can just read all the questions and draw and colour in and write about whatever they need to do there. All right. So that's what we did today. All the best. Get through the work. And yeah, let's see what tomorrow brings.